Have you ever watched two men radiate the fruitiest energy imaginable, and yet, tragically, they didn't kiss? The tension, the timing, the mood, everything was perfect, but nothing happened. Do you remember that rage? The sheer frustration of it all? Or is it just me? Anyways, would you believe me if I told you that one specific anime is the reason why I'm full of hate and frustration, because I know damn well that nothing will ever happen? Probably because the writer are too scared to make it official and decide to just use the fine walking line called more than best friends, but not lovers. You might have already guessed by now what anime I'm talking about, or not, because so many since then started using this pitiful excuse just because they don't want to assume that their characters take it in the ass. So yeah, today we're talking about Free. Free was a big deal back in the day, with 3 seasons and plenty of movies. It's about high school boys who are very passionate about swimming. And by passionate, I mean borderline unhinged. Take our main guy, Haruka Nanase. He'll swim in any body of water. Oceans, pools, bathtub, fish tanks, you name it. Maybe he was a fish in his past life. Who knows? Obviously, since it's about swimming, he uses the 3 title drop swimming technique, which is basically the crawl. I know he sounds like a weirdo, especially for swimming in fish tanks, but rest assured because he has his best friend called Makoto Tashibana who sort of act like his mom, or at least that's what they're trying to make us believe. Makoto is more than just a mom friend. He's practically Haruka's husband. He cooks for him, wakes him up every morning, walks him to school, and constantly puts Haruka's need first. Let's be real. Who does that for a friend? He's always there, cheering him on, comforting him, basically almost proposing to him. Another important point, when Rin Matsuoka, I know the guy we're gonna talk about later, and Haruka split, he was always there to comfort him. Now that I think about it, he gives me a very bad syndrome that I usually despise a lot, especially with his kind of character. Yeah, you know it. The second main lead syndrome. In season 1, Haruka is obsessed with Rin, desperately wanting to swim with him again, while Makoto is right there, being the ultimate husband. It's classic. The main guy ignores the one doing everything for him just to pin for someone emotionally unavailable, but secretly obsessed with him. My baby deserves so much better than this and still acts like a simp. I don't think I can defend him anymore. Now, you're probably thinking that I'm making things up, so let me show you just one scene, and after that, tell me if you can still say the same about their relationship.
その話は終わりだ。待って、話せ。俺の話を聞いて。いくら聞いても同じだ。見つけようとして見つかるものじゃない。俺は今のままでいい。嘘だ。本当は春だって見つけたいと思ってる。春はそれを見つけて外の世界へ飛び出すべきだ。春はその力を持ってる。お前までそんなことを言うのか。どこで泳ごうが誰のために泳ごうがそんなの俺の自由だろ。俺はこのままでいいって言ってるんだ。いいわけないだろ。いいわけないからみんな言ってるんだ。渚もレイもリンも俺もみんな春が好きだから大事に思ってるから。なんでわからないんだよ。俺たちは春に夢を未来をちゃんと見つめてほしくて。人の世話ばっか焼いておせっかいも大概にしろ。夢、未来だったらお前はどうなんだよ。決めてもいないくせに勝手なことばっか言ってんなよ。なんとか言えよ。決めたよ。俺東京の大学に行く。言おうと思ってたんだけどなかなか言い出せなくて。 俺勝手にしろ春
Now, can you seriously look at me in the eyes and tell me that nothing gay is going on? You cannot convince me that your friends could possibly be this passionate about your future dreams or whatever was even going on in that scene. At this point, was that really about his dreams and future? I still can't believe I was watching that with a straight face before. Now, I know the straight police is going to come at me and get me by the throat and try to justify every single of Makoto's action as he's just the type to really care for his friends. So let me tell you that in every single moment he has with Haruka, the way he looks at him isn't the look you're gonna do when you look at your friends. In every single frame, and I mean every single frame, the way he looks at him is clearly not friendly. How can you see this and still try so hard to deny the fact that he clearly cares more for him than just a friend? Is it really that hard to notice, even though it's subtle, that he wants that cake? One last troll is that I will bring to the table this fun fact. Haruka was once asked that if he was a girl and he had to choose who he wanted to go out with, he will choose Makoto. Now, how can you possibly justify this when even the character themselves are feeding my delusions? Or are they really delusions? Where do you think you're going? I am not finished. I was only getting started. Makoto isn't the only one competing for Haruka's affection. Enter Rin Matsuoka, Haruka's childhood rival and drama king. In a few words, he's just Haru's rival friend since childhood, and they've been swimming together in the past a bunch of times. Especially what they call the relay. During the whole season, you're going to hear them argue about that so-called relay when in fact, all the drama could have been resolved if they communicated normally. But you know how it is. Gay people don't say I love you. They argue over nonsense instead. They're childhood rivals obsessed with the relay, a 4-person swimming race. At first, everyone had their own style, but then Rin decides to swim the same as Haru. Why? Because he's totally obsessed with beating him. And by beating him, I mean getting his attention. Now, I don't really know why my guy has started having beef against him and obsessing over him. That's gay. But I guess a man gotta do what he gotta do to get the attention of his crush. I mean, friend. Though, Rin could never beat him before, which made him very frustrated and fueled his obsession even more. So he basically left his friend group for Australia after Haru gave up in a competition to let him win, to train himself. Brother thinks he's Naruto or some shit. This was a war declaration, and this was exactly the reason why they gave us a whole season to see both of them beefing over this. You know what's funny? Even when Rin won against Haru, my brother still found ways to be upset because Haru just wanted to swim and didn't take it seriously. My boy really wanted his crush to take him that seriously. Like, how can you possibly justify any of these as straight? Anyways, things started to get complicated and their rivalry just grew bigger, so they were going in circle for like 12 episodes instead of just confessing their feelings to each other. I already know the straight police are going to ask, what's so gay about this? But tell me, why would you dedicate your life to obsessively swimming against one man, training relentlessly just to make sure he notices you? Like, do you want to see him wet that badly? What I meant is they had many arguments during the season, and in all honesty, if someone voiced over with a BL script, nobody would have noticed the difference. Even if you don't believe me after all that, let me show you this one last video, and after that, if you're still thinking they're both straight, well, I can't help you anymore.
お前がいてくれたから俺は黙れ俺も分かったんだ気づいたんだ何のために泳ぐのか誰のために泳ぐのか黙れっつってんだろ ! この木似てるよな。校庭にあったあの桜の木に。だからお前も来たんだろ、ここに。
なんでフリーじゃねえんだよ。俺もお前らと泳ぎてえ。お前らとリレー泳ぎてえよ。けど今さらもう遅えよ。
いや、遅くなんかない。行こう、リン。
So my men were on top of each other, rolling over and literally glued to each other, and you're still telling me that nothing fruity is going on? I remember when I was in middle school, I was giggling, toe curling, and feeling those butterflies in my stomach watching the scene. I still do now, but I don't wear the delusional glasses anymore telling me that they're just friends. I already accepted it. Oh, to be an innocent child again. Anyways, moving on. They still made up and swam together in a relay race all together. So happy ending, right? But wait, you really thought this was over? Huh? Oh, my sweet child, how wrong you are. It's not just Haruka having some fruity moment with Makoto or Rin, but even the side characters have something going on. There are many, and I mean many, side characters who definitely do not want a woman in their beds. Except that one guy desperately wanting the attention of Rin's sister. Although this anime was pure entertainment and joy back in middle school, now that I'm an adult, I don't exactly think the same way. At least, I wouldn't really want to rewatch the first season because the anime is full of fan service. And when I say full, it's loaded. So watching half-naked teenager with a body looking like a 25 years old athlete is really uncomfortable. Animation studios really trying to make male teenager looking like kids. Challenge failed. I would rather watch the part where they are fully grown adults. Also, I didn't get the time to finish the season 3 and might take this opportunity to get back to it. So whether you're here for the abs, the angst, or the unresolved gay tension, Free has it all. Just don't hold your breath or confession because they sure won't, and you might die from it, so let me know your thoughts in the comments and if you're interested in a part 2. As always, stay critical, stay curious, and remember, it's okay if you like things a little bit fruity.